What's happening, bro chachis? Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 30 days into quarantine. I'm headed to Temecula, California to go meet up with the Sheepy Dudes. If you watch Friday's vlog, you'll get to see what I'm doing today. Also, I was wearing the mask because I have a gnarly pimple right here, and I was trying to hide it from you guys, but really had acne in a very long time. Very fortunate. When I was in high school, I used to get it a lot, and my brother, Mancuso, used to say I had the 13 colonies on my forehead because that's where I would always break out. Like, I still actually have some scarring here and here from acne, but it's neither here nor there. Just be proactive about it. There'll be some tips in this video about that, actually. Enough jibber jabbing. Let's just get to the topic at hand. As you may or may not know, I've been riding BMX since I was 13 years old. So I've been riding BMX for over 2 decades. You guys can do the math to find out my age if you really want to know. And in that time, I've picked up a lot of life lessons. A lot of really good ones, some bad ones. I'm the type of guy that looks at life as the glass is half full, not half empty type of dude. What I want to do in today's video is essentially go over 10 tips that'll help you in BMX, but I think furthermore will really help you out in life. Before you guys mention anything, this tree hugging mobile, as the dudes at Sheepy call it, it's actually pretty good at driving itself. So anyways, again, tangents, I'm pretty bad at. So I'm going to try and keep this video very concise, and I'm going to try and spend at least 1 minute on each concept. I don't want it to get a little too long and drawn out. So this is my list of 10 things that I believe will truly help you in BMX, but really are meant for life in general. Number 1, a lot of kids are always asking, Alf, how did you do it? How did you become pro? What was the secret? And to be honest, because I got on that bike back there to be happy. Before my dad passed away when I was 13, the things that my brother and I would always do on a Saturday morning would be to go on a bike ride. So that sheer nostalgia of getting back on the 2 wheels to commemorate my father has always resonated deeply within me. Reason I always recommend to do it because it makes you happy is that you're riding BMX for the simplicity and the purity of just going out and having fun, challenging yourself, and progression. You're not really thinking about everything else. So if you do it for that reason, then if nothing else pans out, you have the happiness. You extract that from the act of riding bikes. Number 2, don't stress the trivial. Don't stress the trivial essentially just means focus on what you're doing. Don't worry about becoming pro, what companies you should be riding for. Just focus on the things that are right in front of you. Don't look too far ahead. This reminds me of a quote that I really like. There's 3 types of people throughout life. There's a pessimist that's looking down at life. He's not very stoked. So as he's looking down, he bumps his head. Then there's the optimist that's always looking up. Well, eventually he'll lose his footing. The only guy that really makes it is the realist. That's the person that's just looking straight ahead. BMX is like that. If you're trying to learn bar spins, focus on that. Maybe go watch a tutorial I dropped yesterday. But focus on that trick. Put a lot of effort into it and emphasis, and you'll get it. But if you're trying to learn a single bar spin, and then all of a sudden you try and tackle the double, but you haven't perfected the single, that's not going to bode well for you. Number 3, keep it simple. You only have so much bandwidth in your mind. There's only so much space and utilization of that space in your head. Pick something you're good at. So for some riders, it could be flowing a skate park. For others, it could be the peg tricks. For you at home, you have to go and discover what that is. I grew up in an era where it was very all-terrain type of riding. So you would ride dirt, vert, skate park, street, try even some flatland. I do prefer to see a well-rounded rider. So I'm stoked for all the new riders like Matt Ray, Trey Jones, Simone. Those dudes can shred on everything. Mark Burnett, and they do it with a smile. So that kind of covers a lot of the earlier rules that we have. Number 4, very important, again in BMX and in life. Don't be closed-minded. Just because your friends are into a certain type of style, genre, or aesthetic doesn't mean you shouldn't want to give it a try. I ride with a bunch of dudes that have a very diverse mix. I like to take a little bit of influence from all of them and curate what I think my style should be like. The same goes for life. Earlier on, if you've never tried something, don't judge it because you haven't really experienced it. Number 5 is my personal favorite and something I really try to hit home to a lot of my friends. Structure. Structure in your life, BMX, at work, with your relationships. Having a schedule, having a routine really does help. If you just wake up whenever you want throughout the day and do whatever you want, there's no structure for that. And yeah, maybe because when you are in a structure, it seems nice, but trust me, over time, it gets old. I've been fortunate that I have not had a 9-to-5 job since I was 19 years old. But At that same time, I don't think I've woken up, unless I'm in a different time zone, really sick, then I usually wake up before 8 a.m. As of the last 3 or 4 months, I've been waking up around 5 a.m. every single day, no matter when I go to sleep. Now, do not do that at home. I'm a crazy person. You should not follow that advice. What you should do is get a good night's rest, between 6 to 8 hours for all of you guys. The importance of waking up early and having a routine means that your body just starts clicking in a certain way. When you don't have that, it doesn't really work. Trust me, I have a lot of friends and I've observed them over the years, and unfortunately, it does not lead to a successful life. Very rarely. Some people can pull it off, but it's a very small percentage. And we're playing the numbers game, whether you like it or not. So have a structure. Wake up early, get breakfast, exercise, go ride your bike. If you do want to make this a career, the structure will be important, because when you go on road trips or you have to meet deadlines or anything like that, that structure that you've built and that you've now programmed into your being will really pay dividends. Number 6, absorb as much as you can. My personal mantra about life is that we are here to become the best that we can be. So absorb everything. Learn as much as you can. That goes in your personal life, so at school, at your job, whatever it is that you're doing, absorb it like a sponge. In BMX, when you're around other really good riders, try and ask them what it is that they do to learn certain tricks, how they got so good, what it is that helps them become better. We learn from seeing and from believing. So when you see someone that's really good in your area, you automatically think, that guy is really good. Maybe one day you'll be as good as him. Well, learn everything from him and the next person and the next rider, and you'll learn from someone else's mistake. And that is very pivotal, because why go out and make these mistakes yourself when someone else can already save that time for you? Number 7, be mindful of your spending. Now this, again, both in life and BMX. Just because you have $1,000 in your bank account doesn't mean you should go below 700. I hate to put my friend on blast, but this one goes out to you. Back in the day when we were all coming up, he'd have $50 in his bank account, and he would spend $40 on a pizza and a beverage. Bro, I'm treating myself. I get it. You want to pamper yourself a little bit, give yourself a little pat on the shoulder. But if the things don't add up, then don't do it. You gotta live within your means. Budget. Especially now in the times that we're living in with the quarantines and the lockdowns. You never know what could happen, so it's always good to be saving for a rainy day. Number 8, do other things. Have other hobbies. If you're only riding BMX or just working that one job that you have, whatever that is, if you're spending way too much time on it, at a certain point, you have a negative return on your investment of time and effort. Because by then, you're so fried. And, when you're doing something super fun early on, it's the honeymoon phase. So it's like, I just want to spend every waking hour on this. And that's cool. I'm like that as well. But you have to know how to reel it in and just spend enough time to where you're getting good at it, but also learn another sport. Try skateboarding, scooter riding, mountain biking, BMX, if you're a skater, soccer, football, basketball, whatever. Because those other skills that you learn in some other discipline could then be useful in your sport. I learned a lot of my structure and my discipline from playing soccer and football and basketball, bringing that into BMX. So I would always wake up early, go ride my bike before I had to do certain other things, like go play a soccer game. And then when I was done at the soccer game, go ride again. It would feel refreshing. It was nice. Number 9, being clean. It's cool to just look like you're a degenerate or a homeless person. I get it. Some people like that aesthetic. But that doesn't mean you can't bathe regularly or just be clean. Same thing goes for your bike. You don't have to have it look like a piece of junk. I mean, if you like that look, that's cool too, but at least have it run dialed. Don't have it to where it's all clinky, clanky, and falling apart, because that's going to hurt you. And it's probably going to cost you money in the long haul. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So when something is falling apart, you probably want to take care of it because it'll be cheaper to do it then. Same thing with your appearance. You don't have to spend a lot of money to look good. You can actually just go buy white tees or black tees. They're very affordable with no logos on it, and you can look clean. You don't have to go and spend X amount of money or anything like that. Just be conscious of your appearance, because if you do want to get sponsored or you do want to get a job, it will help. And if you made it this far into the video, congratulate yourself and leave me a little note below that says, and just type out below, "Yo Alf, thank you for making this video. I actually stayed the whole way through." If you write that out, I will read it and I will probably engage with you. Number 10, building community. That is the number one thing that I have taken from all my years of BMX and just life in general. Some of the best friends I've had all throughout my life have been because of BMX. My life in general is all because of BMX. Because of this, I also want to give back. I make these videos for free, essentially. You guys might say AdSense, but they pay you 1 penny per 1,000 views, it seems like. So it's not really for money. I really do enjoy giving back. We did events, we sponsored people, we did all these cool things to give back to this sport I really do hold dear. And you should too. And that doesn't mean that go out and start a company or anything like that. But if you can, help someone out. When you buy a new bike part, just because you wanted to change one out, keep that part and maybe offer it to one of your homies for super cheap, if not free. Trust me, it's a really rewarding feeling, and it's just cool to see your bike parts helping out others. We all go through down days and dark times. So sometimes texting someone, emailing them, snapping them, whatever you guys do nowadays, TikToking them, just letting them know that you're there for them, or you see what they're doing and you're seeing their progress, it'll go a long way. Well, this video so far before editing has already been 21 minutes. If you made it the whole way through, thank you so much for watching. I really do genuinely hope this advice can help you. And if there's something I left out, feel free to chat below. And I do engage with all of you guys, and I'll read these comments, and I'll make more videos on this topic if you guys like them. And if you don't, then tune on in for the next day, because there will be a riding video, trust me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.